Racing action on Tim's Corner Motorsports is presented by Pache Motors, the largest Ram truck dealer in Atlantic Canada. Browse their inventory online at pachemotors.com. Tranquility. Help for anxiety is only a click away. Learn more by visiting tranquility.app. Finish Line Vinyl Design, the official decal supplier of Tim's Corner Motorsports. Like them on Facebook at facebook.com/finishline vinyl design. And by CB Warren's Auto Care.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome back to Vidane TV, here for night number 1 of the Tim's Corner Motorsports Super Late Model 300 here at Southern National Motorsports Park. As always, I'm your host, Showtime, Paul Strickland Jr., mashing all the buttons, giving you all the beautiful feeds that you're seeing in front of your screen. And I'm joined in the booth here by none other than Kevin England and a newcomer here to Vidane TV, Denver Matchett. Great to have you guys up here. We're getting ready to do some qualifying here for we're going to skip right into the heat races, as we're running 4 heat races here tonight. Top 5 from each heat race go into the main show tonight, and we're taking 5 from the last chance qualifying race tonight for a 25-car feature. The top 7 from that feature, moving on to Friday night's big show, the 300-lapper at Southern National. So everybody else that's not inside that top 7, going to have to do it again Thursday night. We're going to shoot it down to Kevin England for the starting lineup.
Yeah, Paul, I love this format. There's nothing like emulating a Saturday night racetrack, running heat races, and we got the cars on the grid right now looking at, nor is the 119 starting in the first position. Second is Brown in the 055. Murphy in the 89 starts inside row 2. In the 4th position, Codner in the number 54. Parker is in the 5th position. You see the grid scaling across as the pace truck pulls off. These drivers, they know that there's a lot on the line here, and I'm going to turn to Denver and say, Denver, welcome into the broadcast, and we're about to kick off an exciting run of racing for these drivers. Several nights of racing culminating with a really important main event.
Yeah, thanks. Glad to be here. This is going to be really exciting. There's like 40-some cars in the pit area for tonight. Like you said, only 7 qualify from that 100-lap feature. And I was talking to Tim a little earlier. He said this is a loose setup for these cars. They're going to put on one hell of a show here tonight.
And these drivers know what's on the line. They can't dawdle. They're going to have to get up on the wheel. A small racetrack, not a lot of room. They're going to be elbows up. And I expect that these drivers are going to be on kill right from the start. The pace truck just about to turn in. They're going to release the field to the number 119, and he's going to kick the throttle and head to turn 1 for the first time.
Oh, and we have a car all over the wall heading into turn 1. Conrad Murphy loose in, I believe, is that the caution?
It does look like the caution has come out. The field's going to have to collect the pace car, and I'm not sure what happened on the start. Maybe the car broke loose on the 55. It just turned right and went right to the wall right from the beginning, as now the field is trying to reset the lineup here and get lined up behind the pace truck.
A wild start to this race already. We barely got past the start-finish line. These drivers got to regroup. 20 laps is not a lot of time, as you see the replay up. Oh, just didn't go. Clip from behind, and they just wadded them all up on the front stretch heading into turn 1. Not a pretty start, but some guys, it's going to just make this heat race a lot tougher for them.
In Denver, I think there was probably 3 or 4 different incidents there, all in one shot. There was connection up front, connection in the middle, connection on the inside, and now everybody collects behind the pace truck.
Yeah, imagine some of the nerves. This is a big show, a lot of pressure for these drivers, and it didn't take long for that pressure to show. Lap 1, and they had a bunch tore up, as it looks like the 55 is making his way back to the rear of the field. That's Jeffrey Brown. He's really the one got the worst of that kick-started that whole chain reaction that resulted in 3 or 4 different incidents.
So we kind of rolled right into the start there, didn't get a chance to call through the entire lineup. So let's just give you a couple of the other driver names in here. George White in the number 71, he started 6th. Keith McClellan started 7th, and number 30, Greg Snellgrove in the 122 started 8th. 9th was Josh Morrison. Brandon Lively, a name we know here on the network, he started the number 70 in 10th position, and Jason Halverson started the number 91 shotgun in 11th. Right now it's Ryan Knorr leading the field from the start, just following the pace car around here, waiting for them to drop that green flag one more time as the field is organized behind the pace truck. Second is Conrad Murphy. And Conrad, that car is one we're familiar with. I expect him to be stout through this whole series.
Here they come to the green flag, looking for a better restart. Looks like we're going to get that as they barrel off into turn number 1. They're going to be side by side as they come off at turn 2. It's a drag race as they head down the backstretch.
Big hard run by Conrad Murphy. He shows his authority as he slides in from the top to take over the lead. He's going to lead lap number 7, turning lap number 8. Nick Codner right behind him as everybody fighting for real estate, but a good green flag run. And right now it is Murphy out in front of the field.
Conrad Murphy, no stranger to racing in the Maritimes. He was a rookie in 2020 in the mini stock division. He wants to start the Tim's Corner Special Events Series off on the right foot. He's leading as he heads into turn number 3. He's got Nick Codner trying to chase him down.
20 laps is the distance as we see a pass for the 6th position. Ryan Knorr drops back. Of course, as I did it, it's Brandon Lively in the 70 sneaking by. He's trying to get up to the gap and close on Josh Morrison up front at a battle for that 3rd position. We see the 30 of Keith McClellan taking a peek underneath Conrad Murphy. McClellan, another name we're familiar with, but they're settled in now, nose to tail, and it continues to be out front. As we got one car going around here on the front straightaway, it continues to be Conrad Murphy leading the field.
You could throw a blanket over 2nd, 3rd, and 4th place as we're getting down. Now I believe the caution is out on the track. The 119, the early leader, Ryan Knorr, he goes around and draws the yellow flag.
Yeah, not sure what happened there. We just saw him out of the corner of our eye go around. I don't know if he just kind of lost it coming up off the corner, or no, he had contact.
He definitely had some help, possibly the 122.
Yeah, just different breaking points. As see if Paul can pull up that replay and show us the fate of the 119.
Yeah, just pulling up the Kick-Ass Beef Jerky instant replay here, and you saw there was just a little bit of help. You nailed it right on the head, Kevin. Different braking points for these drivers. Running a little bit different line. The 119's a little bit higher up. The 122's right down on that apron. And unfortunately, just 2 drivers looking for the same piece of real estate. But good news is, no big hits there. He backs into the wall just a little bit, but no big damage for the 119. You can see he tries to grab a gear, and that shows just how loose the setup is. Spins her right around, and unfortunately loses a lap there. But he's going to be able to grab a gear, get back running, and hope for a top 5 finish here to see if he can move on to the feature.
This is definitely going to set up a late race shootout. And, for the likes of Brandon Lively, Jeffrey Brown, that's what they needed. They needed this caution. The top 5 were starting to distance themselves just a little bit with a nice clean run that was going up there. And late in the race, we're going to have a shootout. This is going to be a very exciting finish to this first qualifier.
Resetting your field for the restart, Murphy and Codner are your front row. McClellan and Parker are the second row. Morrison and Lively make up row number 3. Brown and Snellgrove make up row number 4. Ryan Knorr, who was your early leader, 1 lap down in 9th. And everybody lined up behind the pace car, just waiting for them to take order. You have 15 laps in the book, 5 to go here in this heat race. And I think this time around we're going to see the lights off on the pace truck. In fact, we do, and we're going to get back to action here in just a moment.
It's going to be about a 3-lap shootout to decide this one. Conrad Murphy, he's really led the most part of this race. Is he going to be able to hang on? This is going to be it. Here they go as the pace truck pulls off, coming to green flag.
Good launch for Murphy as he heads to turn number 1. Second place car stuck up out in that outside groove trying to make a run. He's not going to be able to do it. That's going to open the bottom door for Josh Parker on the bottom. Parker trying to follow Murphy through to see if he can pull that position off and sneak in there and take second. Final lap as they come off of turn number 2, side by side for second. Murphy is still holding them at bay. Parker trying to get the advantage. It looks like the 54 may sneak out and get that second position, but it's good. Conrad Murphy coming across the line. Still a battle for top spot. Codner to the outside. He's getting a good run off the corner. Can he get Murphy this time by? Nope. It's going to be Murphy for the win. Codner second. And Josh Parker rounding out your top three.
What an exciting finish to that one. Those top four, they were locked in, but they were racing. They knew they wanted to get a good starting spot in that 100-lap feature later on tonight. You could throw a blanket over that top four as they came across the line. That was one exciting race. What a way to start this event.
Yeah, an incredible job on the outside there, just holding the line, trying to get the position up off the corner. And we'd like to see those drivers being able to contest it right to the line on the final lap. Heat race number 2 is on the speedway. Caden Tufts in the number 88 is going to start first. Ryan Twinham in the number 888 will start second. Third place goes to John Fitzpatrick. Chris McKenna in the 035 is going to start fourth. EJ O'Rourke in the 141 starts fifth. Matthew Barkhouse in the 15, a hard charger. He's going to start outside row 3. Sixth starting spot, Mike Rhino and Craig Tully make up row number 4. Roger Down, Zane Farrell in the 214 starts 10th, and shotgun on the field, Colin Boudreau in the number 81. Field on the backstretch, and I would expect Denver, these guys watch that first race and they know they have no time to get business done. They're going to be hammered down as soon as we get into a green flag situation.
Absolutely, and definitely take some notes from that one, saw what to expect. And that race flew by fast. There was 2 cautions, but it still flew by. It was a good, clean race overall. The driver, I think, to watch this one, I'm still relatively new to iRacing, but I know the name Matthew Barkhouse. I think he'll be fast. He's just outside that top 5. He's going to want to be on the move early, but don't want to get caught up in a wreck.
Yeah, we've seen Barkhouse run here several times on the network. He's super fast, super aggressive, and he loves these short tracks. He's very good on the restarts as we kick it off. And they head around with, it looks like Caden Tufts getting a good start. He's going to be out front. He broke away pretty cleanly. Clean for second there, side by side for third.
Caden Tufts, your early leader. Top 2 single file as the 141 EJ O'Rourke. He's going to fall into third. There, 3 wide. That's not going to end well. And we are crashing all down the backstretch. 3, 4, 5 cars piled in, and the caution is on the speedway.
Yeah, that was inevitable. As a short track is just not a lot of room, and I think one of the cars, possibly the 888, took the biggest hit. One of them really nosed in hard to the front straightaway.
Here comes the replay on the screen. Someone tried to make it 3 wide, it looked like, and as you said, that just doesn't work on short tracks. Here we go. Through the middle of 1 and 2, that's Matthew Barkhouse, 3 wide. He gets collected in it. Oh. Nice save by the 15, but for the rest of the field, everyone behind him pretty well piled in, and that's a tough break. 888 got some heavy damage there. That looks like the 81 Colin Boudreau. Tough break for him. That was wild.
Yeah, so they're going to reset the field here, and it just looks like going through turns 1 and 2, the 888 slipped up a little bit. Barkhouse just carrying his momentum went back through. 888 got up in the marbles and just came back down across the racetrack, trying to reclaim the racing groove, but unfortunately it was filled by the 15, and they played a little bumper cars over there. Big hit for them, but we'll see whether or not they can recover. Short track racing, little damage, as long as the motor runs is okay for them. And the field is reset here, single file. We'll hear them call double file as they come to take the lights off the pace truck. Out front, it continues to be Caden Tufts, Fitzpatrick, O'Rourke, and Rhino, your top 4 after that little scramble.
Tufts looks like he's doing a little bit of bump drafting with the pace truck. That was just a whole racing deal. Those things happen. But for some guys, it just made the job to qualify into the 100 lap tonight a lot tougher. But it's going to make for an interesting show. We're probably going to have about 12 laps to go when we get restarted as they start to double up here on the front stretch. Caden Tufts got a great launch on that initial start. Is he going to be able to do it again? He looked to be driving away. Definitely going to want to try that. But the 78, John Fitzpatrick, what did he learn off the initial start? Is he going to be able to challenge the 88?
Well, we're about to find out. Everybody on the lead lap, the 888 did have to go in for some service. He is 1 lap down, running shotgun on the field, hoping to possibly get that back here. Lap 7 in the books. The cars head off to the back straightaway, and indeed, we did see an amazing start by your leader. He's out by 2 car lengths.
The battle is for third place on the track, side by side. EJ O'Rourke, Mike Rhino as they go into turn number 1. The 34 holding tough on the outside, but Matthew Barkhouse, he's looking to get to the inside of the 34. They're single file for now. 34, is he going to use the chrome horn? Can't quite do it as they come down the front stretch.
Rhino gets a little wobble up off the corner on throttle, just trying to get that car with a forward launch that's going to bring Barkhouse to the back bumper. Rhino is able to recover, though the car not very stable, but you know he's pushing it hard, looking to see if he can get up there and challenge O'Rourke for second or for third.
It's a 4-way battle for third. Just outside the top 5 is the number 5 of Craig Tully. He is waiting for one of these guys in front of him to make a mistake. He wants one of those transfer spots as we're coming down to the final half of this 20-lap event. We got about 8 laps to go.
Fitzpatrick in second had closed up to Tufts on the back bumper, then slipped back a little bit. Now he's back there again as Tufts a little bit sideways up out of the corner. Fitzpatrick looking low to see if he can get the advantage. Tufts slams the door. They head off to the back straightaway one more time. And I'll tell you what, Tufts getting a good launch off the corner. Not a lot of challenge, but that car is completely sideways when he gets up on the throttle.
So we're on board with 78 of John Fitzpatrick. We got a battle brewing here as we're coming up to about 5 laps to go shortly. Caden Tuff still holding strong as we got a side-by-side battle for third in behind as they straighten that out. The top 5 have really broken away. The 5 of Craig Tully's drifted back. He might need a caution if he wants a chance to make that top 5 transfer spot. As we're coming up to the closing laps, it's still Caden Tuffs, your leader. He's hoping to hold on and take the victory in this 20-lap race.
Yeah, they're tight for first and second, but really the car on the charge is Mike Rhino. He's looking for any opportunity to get down underneath O'Rourke. He is right on the left rear quarter panel, and if any slip occurs for EJ O'Rourke, I'll tell you what, Rhino is going to fill it up front. It almost looks like the same thing. The 78 takes a peek, but now he settles back in. He's getting through the corner so much better than your leader. One of these times he might get the advantage to draw alongside.
We've got some incredible battles on the track. We got a battle for the lead. We got a battle for third as the 78 once again peeks his nose to the inside. Just not quite enough as they're coming up 2 laps to go, this time at the line.
Tufts, Fitzpatrick, O'Rourke, Rhino, Barkhouse, your top 5. They're tied for first and second. They're tied for third and fourth with Matthew Barkhouse looking for any opportunity up front. Here they come across lap number 19, now working final lap. 1 to go for the number 88 of Caden Tufts. He just needs to be clean through 3 and 4, and he's going to get a chance because Fitzpatrick bangs it off the back wall. And it's going to be Caden Tufts with the win here in heat race number 2. Fitzpatrick going to pull the second position. O'Rourke stays in third. Rhino, after a good challenge, finishes in fourth. Matthew Barkhouse rounds out your top 5.
What a race that was, and they were really giving it all. You could see on the last lap, I think I saw 2 or 3 different cars hitting the wall going down the backstretch, but it's Caden Tufts. He led wire to wire to take the victory in heat number 2. We're seeing some great racing so far here tonight.
Heat 3 on the track right now, getting ready to start that off. We're going to roll right through these, it looks like. Starting first to be Caleb Urquhart in the 01. Outside, John Kane in the number 35. John Byron, the 157, starts in third. Going off in the fourth position will be Kyle Boudreau in the number 26. Tony Wright starts in the fifth position outside row 3. John Peters, a familiar name to us, in the number 151. Evan Below in the 561 starts 7th. To his outside, Justin Fuller in the 051. Dylan Kopak starts in the 9th position, final row in the 04. And to his outside, a super fast, super hard charger in Adam Gilliland in the 056. Just waiting for everybody to take the grid. Looks like we're looking for that second place car, John Kane, to come into the slot. When he does, well, we don't see him show up here, so we'll see whether or not he can come through. But the pace truck is driving away, and this field's going to head to the restart.
Caleb Urquhart, a street stock driver, the rookie this year at Speedway 660, he's going to be on the pole. He's going to be looking to do what Caden Tufts just did. He wants to lead wire to wire.
Yeah, everybody's just kind of feeling the car, wrapping the throttle, seeing if they can get the tires heated up. As Urquhart, he sees the lights are out on the pace truck. They come down the back straightaway. They're just sizing up the groove and looking to see what they can do to get a good, clean restart breakaway. Everybody knows if I can get up front, get out front, I can stay away from the trouble behind me of everybody trying to charge. It's up to Urquhart to kick it off. Not the greatest start. Good run to the outside, but Urquhart's going to make up for it down in 1 and 2.
I don't know who that is towards the back of the pack, but they sent it into turn number 1. They were 3 wide for a minute. They are side by side throughout the field.
Urquhart sideways.
There's a wreck in turn 4.
Yeah.
And we stacked them all up. Caution on the speedway.
Yes, they did. Unfortunately, and John Byron sitting back there, he was able to sneak through, and he's going to take that 157 to first. He's waiting for the pace truck, which comes zooming by on the outside. And we'll see how they're going to score him. I'll tell you what a shame for Urquhart. He went in there sideways, and I'm not sure if one of those breaking point things occurred, but he got turned sideways and was sitting 90 degrees right in the middle of the racetrack.
So you look at the replay, it looks like, I can't tell exactly what car that was, but someone gave Urquhart a shot going into turn number 3. Here we go.
It looked like it was the 0-1 that gave him the shot.
A shot, and that just sent him into the corner and right into the leader, right in front of the whole field. And whenever you have a car sideways in front of the field, everyone just scatters. A tough break, especially for the 26. He looked to have that outside working, and he's going to be at the back. He's going to have to make some quick moves if he wants to get into a transfer spot.
Yeah, so I think I messed that up, but it was Kyle Boudreau in the 26 who went in there, and it was Caleb Urquhart who tagged him and turned him sideways. And those are the two drivers that instigated this. We saw one other car hit the inside fence pretty hard, but in the last go-around, the car that hit the 888 in the last heat hit, and he was still somewhat competitive on the pace. So as long as they didn't damage the motor, which can occur in the sim, then everybody should be good. Well, pace truck goes in, and we're back to green. Up front, good restart by John Peters. He's out by a car length, 2 car lengths over Adam Gilliland.
As they head into turn number 3, Peters, Gilliland first and second. Gilliland gets a great launch through the corner. Peters gets the launch off the corner. They're going to battle out for the lead. Further back, we have a side-by-side battle for third place. Looks like Evan Bolio and Justin Fuller as they straighten that out. Some great racing going on throughout the track.
Yeah, this field's a little stretched out. There's 2 top drivers super fast, so we think they're going to drive away. It looks like the battle might be there for third. Evan Below in the 4th position, the number 56, trying to track down Justin Fuller. Justin, a veteran in his own right, starting to gap that away as we see the 35 of John Kane sideways off of turn 4. He noses it in, does a quick pirouette, and drives away, but it's going to bring out the second caution of the evening.
Fortunate for the number 35. Tough break, but we're seeing some tough racing out there. That's John Kane. Trying to get a good look here to see what happened. I had a little bit of help off the corner, maybe. Tough break. That draws the yellow, and we're going to have a shootout to the end. John Peters and Adam Gilliland both showing lots of speed. Peters really got the good launch on the last restart. Almost the rest of the field was almost caught napping on that one, so hopefully the rest of them learned something, and maybe he'll have a challenge on this next one, and only be a few laps left. They're going to have to get up on the wheel if they want to make something happen.
Yeah, I'm with you, Denver. That restart was amazing, and got to give a shout out to Mike Alexander, one of our drivers we see frequently, a fast driver. He's in the spectator booth watching here tonight. We hope all the spectators watching, whether you're on Vidane TV and Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, you're enjoying the show, as this is going to be an event, several nights of racing leading to one of the bigger sim racing races of the year. And what a great way to start the winter season, where a lot of these drivers did whatever they did. Some of them are real race car drivers. They come back in and they have a thirst to keep racing, and this fills the glass. I'm telling you, when you look at a lot of these drivers, Denver, they're on the racetrack every week and running out, and they love to come here and keep themselves sharp by racing in the sim.
Absolutely, and you're really seeing with this year with COVID-19, iRacing really became a thing of its own. It really got shot into the spotlight, and great things happening as pace truck's going to pull off. We're about to go greet another big launch for John Peters in that 51, but Adam Gilliland, he's right there looking to the outside. What does he have for the 51 as they go down the backstretch? Third place, Justin Fuller in the 51. He's right there as well. The top four throw a blanket over them.
Yeah, you could throw a blanket over the top four. Out in the back, their elbows up. I see the 157 got banged on the door, bumped them up. Everybody just trying to do whatever they can. John Keane running in that last position, trying to get underneath the 09. These drivers know they're running out of laps. Lap 15 in the books. It continues to be John Peters out front. John Peters out front over Adam Gilliland.
Adam Gilliland, he has his hands full. Justin Fuller, he is there. He wants to take the second position from the two-time winner in the eNASCAR Coca-Cola iRacing Series. Down the backstretch they go. They got their hands full, bumper to bumper. As they come off of turn 4, there's going to be 3 laps to go, this time at the line.
Gilliland would like nothing better to be able to go up there and challenge with Peters, but he's got to make sure he covers the back as Fuller bangs the car off the front stretch. That might give a little bit of space, and in fact it does, and you start to see Gilliland on the march to see if he can get to the back bumper of your leader.
2 laps to go last time by. This time by is the 51 of Justin Fuller in the wall once again, but it's going to be the 51 of John Peters. White flag in the air. 1 to go. Gilliland giving it everything he's got, but it doesn't look like it's going to be enough.
Peters, Gilliland, Fuller, Billow, and Boudreaux, all your top 5. They're a little gapped out, and that's how they're going to finish. Going across the line, third heat race is going to go to John Peters in the 151. Out in the back, 6th for Caleb Urquhart. Dylan Kopak finishes 7th. John Byron 8th. And that is race number 3 in the books here tonight.
A nice rebound for Kyle Boudreaux. We saw him get caught up on that lap 1 incident. Nothing of his own doing over there in turn number 4. Nice rebound. He will transfer into tonight's 100-lap event.
Yeah, got to give a shout out to Adam Gilliland. Started 10th, finished 2nd. Farthest forward in any of the races we've had so far. Race number 4 on the speedway. Jason Ricker will start on the pole, outside pole. Chris Roma in the 83. Trevor Lamba in the 108 will start third to his outside. TJ Madure in the number 7. 19 is Ryan Walsh. He starts in the 5th position. Corey Casagrande in 007 starts in 6th. Mitchell Montgomery in the 121 will start inside row 4. Nathan Wall in the 24 starts 8th, 9th, final row. Nicholas Noggle and Brandon Hissock in the 041 will start shotgun on the field. Lights are out on the pace truck. Will go green this time by, and it'll be up to Jason Ricker to kick it off in the number 9.
We saw 3 excellent races thus far, and for these drivers, they look to put on another great show. This is their chance to guarantee their spot in tonight's 100-lap event. Pace car heading into turn 3. It's going to pull off in turn number 4, and Jason Ricker is going to be on the hammer. There we go. Green flag is in the air. A nice launch for Ricker. Roma close behind, and they're almost 3 wide into the first turn as they battle for third behind them.
Side by side, and one car sideways over there in turn 4. Not sure if that's going to draw the caution as Ryan Walsh takes that lower evasive line. He's going to pick up the 3rd position. Looks like they got everything straightened up. Mitchell Montgomery in the 4th position, and now the yellow flag is going to fly here to conclude lap number 2.
We had a big wreck going down the backstretch. I saw that one happen, and it appeared to be the 108 of Trevor Lamb, just getting a little loose off the corner and right into, I forget which car that was. I didn't quite see it, but it resulted in 2 or 3 cars getting wadded up, and that draws the yellow flag early in this 20-lap heat race.
Yeah, it looks like when the 108 got sideways trying to catch a car, he came down and got the right rear quarter panel of Nicholas Noggle and turned Noggle into the wall. And then he got T-boned on that, and that is the reason we're under caution here. So good job by a couple of those cars getting through. Looks like the 24 got involved, and possibly the 1 also, but everybody able to drive away. They'll regroup and start them off again.
a lucky break for the 7 car. He almost wadded the field up coming off of turn 4 earlier in that lap. I think he had a little bit of help, little loose, nosed it in the wall, was able to keep it going. That almost drew the caution, and honestly, since he, after that, it allowed him to avoid the bigger wreck in front of him. So he's up in 6th place despite pounding the wall. He's just one spot of a transfer. As long as that car's not damaged too bad, he might be able to get up on the wheel and make his way into the show. But for some guys, Nicholas Noggle, Trevor Lamb, they hit pretty hard there. They're going to have their work cut out for them if their cars are up to the task.
See, one car in pit road got some service. That would be the 08 of Nicholas Noggle. He's going to get out before the pace truck comes by, and he'll go around to catch the back of the field. Pace truck running down the back stretch right now. Lights are on, and the cars are lined up behind him, single file. Ricker is your leader. Roma is in 2nd. Walsh in 3rd. Montgomery in 4th. Moving back and forth, trying to get some heat in the tires, as this time they'd like to go out.
Up front, Jason Richter, Chris Roma, they run 1st and 2nd. Ryan Walsh, Mitchell Montgomery, Brandon Hiscock, they are in transfer positions as they go down the backstretch. It's still Ricker, Roma all over the back bumper. He wants to take the lead as we got a battle for, looks like 6th place. 5th place, there it is, TJ Mador on the move. He hit the wall earlier in this race. He is into a transfer spot.
And he's got the Nathan Wall, number 24, working on the back bumper of that car as we got a battle for the 3rd position. The 121 of Mitchell Montgomery took a peek underneath Ryan Walsh. If Walsh leaves that bottom line open, I do believe Mitchell's going to fill it. He's running about a half a car length lower, as up front they are nose to tail. I'm not sure, Chris Roma has to realize that he has a starting position here. Will he jeopardize that and try to go for the win? Hard to say. He's looking to the outside of your leader. Ricker drives up to the fence, closes that gap off. And I'll tell you, if I were the 83, as much as I want to win this race, the first objective would be Denver to get to the finish.
I would tend to agree, but I haven't been behind the wheel yet. But racers race, and they see that fishing pole, the dangle right out in front of them. They're going for it, as it looks like Ricker is able to gap just a little bit. He might have found something, but Roma's not giving up as we head into the closing laps. Big question: will Roma use the bumper if he can get to him? How badly does he want to win? As he looks to the inside, just not enough room there. What a battle.
I think we just found out. If he was going to use the bumper, that was his opportunity, and you could see him kind of get hard on the brakes. The car nose down. So Denver, you're right. He's trying to be careful and be courteous, but I think they both realize the objective is get to the finish and get qualified.
Roma appears to be the faster car. Just can't make it work on the outside. He's just trying to find a way to get underneath that 9 car. Ricker doing a great job protecting. As we're coming down, Roma wants the win, but at this point, time to settle in. Unless the 9 makes a mistake, pressure him into a mistake. That's what Roma should be doing right now as we see the battle that I believe for 3rd, Ryan Walsh, Mitchell Montgomery, and we have a yellow on the track, I believe.
Yeah, troubles for the 108 of Trevor Lamb out there in turn number 1. He got sideways on the back front straightaway, and the car went around, and that's going to put us under caution one more time. I was watching that car earlier, and I could see him come up off the corner. The car under throttle was really loose, just had a handful all the way through, and looks like an incident here to bring out the caution.
I believe Tim Terry told me earlier this is Trevor's first start in a super late model on iRacing. Trevor, part of the Kent Vincent team on the Maritime Pro Stock Tour. Tough run for him so far. Late in the race, I'm not familiar with the overtime late race yellow procedures on iRacing. I'm sure some of the fans are. Maybe, Kevin, you could help me out. Exactly what do we do when we get a caution this late in the race?
That all depends on how the administrators set it up. We certainly do have a green-white checker situation. In fact, I think there's 1 of 5 attempts available here tonight. We will see how that plays out. I don't think they're going to need 5 times to get that through with this few of cars, but Well, we have that option if it's going to come to it. Right now, let's reset your field here. Ricker is your leader. Roma is in second, as it's been most of the race. Ryan Walsh running third. Mitchell Montgomery running fourth. TJ Medor is in that fifth position. Corey Casagrande in the 007 is in the sixth position. And the last car on the lead lap, Trevor Lamb in the 108, the reason for the caution here. So as they come across the stripe, we're going to re-rack them. Lights are out on the pace truck. They'll get double file, and we'll see if we can roll this one through and get ourselves a winner in heat race number 4.
Chris Roma has to have been thinking under this yellow, what can I do? What can I do to get around the 9 of Ricker on this restart? It's going to be a 2-lap dash. Pace truck to the infield. Here we go. Green flag in the air. What a launch for Ricker. Roma's going to have to really dig deep if he wants that lead. He dives to the inside in second place. Ryan Walsh follows, as does Mitchell Montgomery, and they got a battle for the transfer spot. In behind, as this time by, it's going to be the white flag. 1 lap to go.
Contact out in the back of the field, the 24 into the 7 turns sideways, and then the 24 straightens him out. Looks like we may remain under green as they come off of turn 4. Here comes Roma taking a peek underneath. Not going to be able to get him. Still, well, he just did not have the throttle up off the corner to get to him, and he's going to have to settle for second. Ricker is your winner. Roma in second. Walsh, Montgomery, and Medor round out your top 5.
What a show we just seen. We saw 4 excellent qualifying heat races here tonight. Every one of them came right down to the closing laps of the battle for the lead. Nice, clean racing. We got 20 starters now for the 100-lap event tonight. We're going to get some more through the last chance race, but we're going to be in for a show here tonight. And this is only night 1. We got 5 nights of racing coming up. This is going to be a barn burner. So the last chance qualifier coming up next, 35 laps. The top 5 will transfer into the 100-lap feature. And from that 100-lap feature, 7 will transfer to the TCM 300 on Friday. Everyone else is going to have to test their luck on Thursday night. That's going to be a wild night.
You see on the screen that our leader pops in here and get ready to call us off. There's going to be a lot of cars. Not sure if we'll be able to bring you the full lineup, but 35 laps is the distance for this last chance qualifier, aka the B main. Brandon Lively going to start on the pole. And the number 7214, Zane Farrell, is going to start in second. Caleb Urquhart starts inside row 2. Nathan Wall in the 24 will start from the 4th position. Greg Snellgrove in the 122 starts 5th. 6th position, Roger Down in the 21. Dilek Kopek and Corey Casagrande make up the next row. Row 5, Jeffrey Brown and Colin Boudreau. John Byron starts in the 11th position. Nicholas Noggle in the 08 starts in 12th. As you see the lineup roll through, cars are assembled, and this is it. They know, last chance here, Denver, to get themselves into the main event for tonight. And everybody knows at 35 laps, you can come from the back, but you got to make sure you keep your race clean.
For sure, we got 21 cars. We're only taking 5. That means they have to get up on the wheel, but like you said, avoid trouble. That might be key. This could be a race of attrition. We're about to find out, though. Brandon Lively will be up front. Zane Farrell will be outside front row. Pace truck pulls off, and we are green flag racing for 35 laps to set the field.
Yeah, not the greatest start for Lively. He's going to drop back to second. It's going to be Zane Farrell from the outside jumping out front. He's going to lead by half a car length as they come to the front straightaway to complete lap number 1. Working lap number 2, Caleb Urquhart in 3rd, and out back there's a little bit of contact, and we're going to go under yellow.
The 55. Once he was involved in a wreck in his heat race, and once again he gets caught up in a wreck early, the opening lap of the last chance qualifier. Tough break. We're going to get a replay here in just a minute and see exactly what transpired.
Yeah, one of the bigger challenges was for Greg Snellgrove running in the 4th position right now. He came down that back straightaway, and there was a car in the way. He just plowed into him.
Yeah, we're going to pull up the Kick-Ass Beef Jerky instant replay here, find out what went down here, the first lap of this last chance qualifier. We're going to focus in the number 55. Doesn't look like he got the start that he needed, and you can see he kind of gets into the corner here. Everything looks good so far. There's a bump to the 08 on the outside line, and Nicholas Noggle sends the 55 down on the inside wall. Pretty hard hit to hit the nose on the inside wall, and then he hits the outside wall, so that's a tough break there for sure. We'll see if Jeffrey Brown can maybe recollect himself, get some, well, he's already going to go a lap down, and unfortunately get into a couple of the lead lap cars here. Just can't get that car off the track. Tough break for Jeffrey Brown in that 55 machine. But back up front, looks like Zane Farrell from the NEPS League, New England, Pennsylvania group, doing a great job. And want to take this opportunity to just give everybody a shout-out that's watching live on Facebook, on YouTube, on Twitch, all the different angles that we've got, everything set up. Definitely jump in the chat. Let us know who you're rooting for, who you're here to see win this race, who your sending league may be. We've had a couple of drivers jump into the chat as well when they've had a little bit of off time, when they're in between heats and all that good stuff too. And I actually, looks like we left the booth unlocked. I'm seeing Mike James is here from The Rock. Mike, how you feeling, man? No,
I think you guys try.
I might be hallucinating here. It looks like Mike, but I guess not. Maybe it's a cardboard cutout.
Yeah, it's like The Voice. Maybe he's handing the cardboard cutouts like Blake does. Do you watch The Voice? Yeah. Sorry.
Once or twice, maybe.
Yeah, so last chance qualifier, Zane Farrell out front, Brandon Lively in second, and Pace Truck hooks a left. Let's see if he get a better restart for the 70. He gets in a pretty reasonable restart. He's going to tuck into that second position from outside. Big wiggle from Greg Snellgrove. That's going to allow the number 04, Dylan Kopak, to slide in. Second place car up against the outside fence. Sparks flying for Brandon Lively, but he's hammered down as your leader tucks away a little bit, and he's going to run and hide.
We had
cars coming together out in the back, but we stay green for right now, and they're side by side for about that 5th or 6th position. Everybody's elbows up. They know 5th is the target, and these laps are going to go past quickly as we got contact 24 and the 122 here off of turn 4. 122 got banged sideways, 24 no place to go, and the SS Monte Carlo bangs into him as we're going to reset the field one more time.
Pulling up the Kick-Ass Beef Jerky instant replay here. We're going to take a look, and again, we're going to focus in on that Rainbow 24 throwback to Jeff Gordon back in the day. And we'll see exactly what went down. Already some damage on the right side of that race car. You can see 122 gets out of shape. Nicholas Noggle involved again. And unfortunately, like you said, Kevin, nowhere to go for that number 24 car. So not a big hit for anybody back here. Just kind of banging in some sheet metal a little bit. But these guys got to know that if you watched any of those heat races, you got to know real quick that you need to get up front and you need to get there as quickly as you can. And I just want to take a look up front right now. It looks like Zane Farrell is driving that 14 car. Doing a great job holding on to that lead so far, Kevin.
Yeah, he's been out front and sailing, and the good news for him is once he gets that gap, he can just hit the marks and keep it going. The car coming forward is the 888. Ryan Twinham, he started 18th, and he's up to 8th position right now. That's the farthest car coming forward, but everything's a go here for the restart. 14 laps in the books, and Denver, these guys know time is clicking off, man. They're going to really have to get on the wheel.
Absolutely, and we're seeing comers and goers, like you said, the 888 on his way to the front. And you look at the top two on that last run, Zane Farrell and Brandon Lively, they kind of broke away, but third on back, they were in a dogfight. You know, Caleb Urquhart, Dylan Kopak, they're in transfer spots. They don't want to give that up, but they got some hard chargers coming up behind them, and we're getting down 20 laps to go. You know, it's go time. We're down to the length of a heat race. If you want to make the 100-lap race tonight, you have to get up on the wheel and you got to make something happen.
And we're going to keep an eye on that 5th place position. That's the magic spot. Corey Casagrande has it right now. He's got the 21 to the outside, looking to see if he can take it away. Lights are out on the pace truck. It's about to turn left, go to the safety of pit road. And a good restart by your leader. We'll keep an eye on where that qualifying position runs as the top 2 break out side by side for 3rd, side by side for 4th and 5th. And right now, Casagrande has it, but every once in a while the 21 noses ahead and takes it as the yellow comes out.
Like there was a incident in turn 3, middle of 3 and 4 towards the back of the pack. I'm sure we'll get a replay up here in a minute. We're seeing that battle 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th on back. That's intense, and it's going to come right down to the last lap. It could come down to the final turn. Whoever gets the best launch off of 4 could be the driver making their way into the 100 lap event tonight. As the replay is about to come up.
Looks like maybe the 5 involved in that one just got sideways, Craig Tully.
I believe so. That yellow car right there.
Yep, pulling up the Kick-Ass Beef Jerky instant replay, 08, check that. Gets by the number 5 car, Craig Tully, and a little bit of battling over real estate. 71 wanted a piece that the 5 had. A little bit of a tag there. So tough break for the 5 of Craig Tully. You've been seeing a lot of him over the past couple of weeks. He's been running with the RBR Maritime Group. He's actually the league official, league admin over there. And we just saw the championship race this past week on Vidane TV. So tough break there. Not any kind of damage or anything like that. But he's going to end up restarting the second to last car in the lead lap here. And it's going to be probably going to restart 12, 13 laps to go. So I don't know. It's going to be that's a tough pill to swallow there for the number 5 car.
I think the tougher pill to swallow is for that 5th position, as you see by your scoring monitor. Corey Casagrande was on the inside, and just as the yellow was thrown, the number 21 of Roger Down had nosed ahead, and when they got to the scoring loop, they had to switch positions. So it's going to be Roger Down starting on the inside lane with Casagrande now fighting from the outside. See whether or not that 7 Connecticut car can get his mount back up there to the 5th position as the laps are ticking off. 22 of 35 in the books. It continues to be Zane Farrell and Brandon Lively up front, and it's going to remain that way as they head off into turn 1 to the back straightaway, and the 3rd place car breaks away. Roger Down, good restart from the bottom. He's going to sneak up there from 5th to 4th. He's got the 0-1 stuck to the outside, and the 7 has swapped lanes, and he's looking for 5th on the inside. They're side by side coming off the corner.
That restart, not what Caleb Burkhart wanted. He's on the outside. He's getting freight train. He was in the 3rd place just before the yellow. He's back. He's on the verge of losing that transfer spot as they battle it out. He is back to 6th place. The number 7, Corey Casagrande, back into the transfer spot of 5th place. And he's looking for more, looking to the inside of the 21, Roger Down. Not quite enough yet. They're going to battle out as they pull away from the rest of the field. Those top 5, they want to distance themselves. They know if they can keep running where they are, they will make tonight's 100-lap event.
I'll tell you, the driver that's taking no prisoners is the 888. He just got into the back of the 01, and then when he got sideways, the car behind him came up and they made contact, but he's just hammered down trying to get what he can. We know, as we said, he started 18th. He's made his way up to the 7th. If he doesn't make his way into the top 5, he's certainly going to earn the Hard Charger Award. And right now, he's just doing everything he can trying to wear out Caleb Urquhart to get back to that position. Urquhart way sideways up off the corner, jumps out. The 888 had to lift a little bit, but now he's going to peek underneath Urquhart sideways again, and the 888 going to fill the gap. He's going to go in, and it's going to be Ryan Twinham taking over that 7th place position as the yellow is out one more time here on the Speedway.
That yellow may be just what the 888 needed. He was about a straightaway behind the next car in the running order. This upcoming restart could allow him to take advantage and get into a transfer spot.
You saw some smoke off of turn 1, but not really sure where that caution was. Not if a car got sideways or something, but yeah, that one escaped us. We were looking in the wrong direction as all the cars are lined up behind the pace truck here. It is Zane Farrell in the lead. Brandon Lively continues to run second. Dylan Kopa holding tough in third. Roger Down snuck up there, grabbed that 4th position, a little more security for him, and it's Corey Casagrande in the 7 in the hot seat because he's got a bumper full of the 888 of Ryan Twinham. As we said, this should make for an interesting restart.
Twinham will definitely be the driver to watch. He is charged from the back of the pack up to 6th place. He needs one more position to make it into the transfer spot. But who is going to be the driver that loses it if he can make it happen? Corey Casagrande, Roger Down, Dylan Kopeck all want to hang on to it. Up front, it's been all Zane Farrell and Brandon Lively. They have had some strong runs. Last restart, though, if we take a flashback, 70 seemed to get a little loose and a little squirrely. He doesn't want that to happen again. He's got a hungry pack of drivers that will look to capitalize, as we're going to have about 2 laps remaining when we get the green flag.
Farrell, Lively, Kopeck, Down, Casagrande, Twinham, Urquhart, Noggle, and Boudreau are your top 9. John Byron is the 10th place car. Truck turns off, and we're back to green. Good restart as usual by our leader. And contact, the 888 made contact with the car to the outside. I wasn't sure who that was. There's like 3 white cars.
We're wrecking down the back stretch. I don't know if that'll bring up the caution. We're wrecking everywhere. We got 3 different incidents, 81 on the wall. I don't think they got to the white flag. The caution is on the track, and we're going to re-rack them, and we're going to try it once again.
I think now that I've been able to check that out, it was Roger Down who got pushed to the outside. Not sure if he drifted up, but I'm certainly seeing that aggression from Ryan Twinham filling that up, and Twinham has achieved his objective. He is now sitting in that 5th position, but he's got an unhappy camper in Roger Down, who's now sitting on the outside looking to get in. And yeah, this should be fun. We're going to go to our first of 5 green-white checkers.
Big time calamity here in this this restart. We'll take a quick peek at it. We're going to focus in on the number 21 Roger Down, as you've made mention. Looked like we had some 4 wide action heading on into the corners here. You see the 888 gets in between the 1 and the 821. You see the 81, the 01, the 08, 21, and they just kind of collect each other. 01 gets a little bit of a shot from the 157. 21 gets around. The 01 gets a shot from the 81. 81 gets shot up into the outside wall. So a lot of guys mid-pack here getting sent to the back of the pack. And that's going to bring out a caution, give these guys one more chance to kind of reset and see what all Zane Farrell can do up front. The Neps guy, he runs Neps, he runs East Coast Winter League, and doing a great job holding on to the lead here for this pretty much the entire last chance qualifier race so far, Kevin.
Yeah, certainly the track position has helped him, and that sounded like hip bones connected to the thigh bone, which is connected to the knee bone there for a while. It's just about everybody out in the back had contact, but this is going to stack him up again. The good news for Zane Farrell, he's just not been touched on any of these restarts. If he can get away cleanly, I think he's going to be safe. It's going to be a tussle, though, for those top 5, Denver, because these guys, they're definitely see the opportunity slipping here if they don't get going right now.
Absolutely, and Roger Down, really the big loser on that last one, as we said. He's back outside the top 5. Colin Boudreau, he's in 6th. Caleb Urquhart's right there as well. They're going to be on the charts. They got potentially one chance, unless we see another caution, to make something happen. Dylan Kopeck on that last restart, great restart for him. He's up to the outside of Zane Farrell. Does he have anything for the leader? Could he upset Zane Farrell and find himself taking the checkered flag? We'll see. I don't know. Like you said, no one's been able to challenge Farrell all night. I can't see that changing, but we're about to find out.
Yeah, and anything can happen, and I'm looking at the 35 of John Kane. He started 15th. He's running 7th right now, and he's just looking for something to occur where he can possibly hop in there and get that last-minute reprieve to get into the top 5. This time, not the great restart that we've seen before, still side by side for 1st and 2nd, although your leader's going to break away and they're going to tuck 1, 2, 3, 4 single file. They're side by side for that 5th and final qualifying position. The 888 slipped back just a little bit, and it's going to be the 81 of Colin Boudreau on the charge. In fact, he's going to drive to 4th.
Checkered flag. It is the 14. Zane Farrell is your winner. Dylan Kopeck, Corey Casagrande, Colin Boudreau, and Brandon Lively are scored as your top 5. A tough break for Ryan Twinham. He falls back. outside the top 5 after his hard charge. What a performance he put on. Just falls short on that last restart. I really think we've seen it again. The 70 had not gotten real great launches. He was second place before the string of green-white checkers. He falls back to 5th. Luckily for him, he still qualifies. He will be in the 100-lap main event.
Yes, it's Whittam. He certainly gets the hard charger award here for tonight, but unfortunately he's going to go to the house. He is the first alternate. If somebody can't make the call, possible that he could slot in as the car's taking to the grid and coming out right now to get a couple warm-up laps and get the heat in the tire, get the engine up to speed, and get ready for tonight's main event.
So we got just a few moments here. We're going to see if we can't get the league administrator here for Tim's Corner Motorsports on the horn, Tim Terry. We just got through 4 heat races and a last chance qualifying. A lot of action here, Tim. Just got through the 4 heat races, the last chance qualifier. Just see if we can talk to Tim Terry real quick and see exactly how you feeling, Tim. This is good racing so far here tonight.
It's like the first day of school, Paul. Everybody's back for the TCM crew. Happy to have a couple of admins sitting with me. Try to keep the blood pressure a little lower than it usually is. But, yeah, excited. This feature should be good. We got a lot of good drivers in here. Conrad Murphy going to lead us off from the pole. We got a lot of the Sim 500 guys, a lot of the NEP guys. Want to thank them for coming out and doing this thing. And these guys are having some fun. Excited to see who comes out on top.
Yeah, for sure. A lot of great racing so far, and you're not doing it alone. We're seeing Drake and Brent down there, race officials here this evening, helping you out, getting everything going. So pretty cool to see that. Pretty good racing so far, and we got the 100-lapper coming up here in about a minute and a half.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited to see how this one goes off. Want to thank Highway 311 North River Market, and want to thank Turkeytown Mud Bog for helping us out as well for this week, covering a little bit of the purse for the week's action. This should be fun. We'll see you guys in a bit, have some fun, and we'll see you after 100 laps.
Good deal. So that was Tim Terry, the league administrator of Tim's Corner Motorsports. He's the one that organized this whole deal, the late model, super late model 300, Tim's Corner Motorsports. And check them out, timscorner.ca. Check them out on Facebook. Just search for Tim's Corner Motorsports. You can get a link over on the Vidane TV Facebook page as well. But Kevin Denver, this has been great so far. Just want to give everybody a shout out that's watching at home, welcoming Vidane TV and Tim's Corner Motorsports into your homes tonight, whether you're watching in your kitchen, your bedroom, your living room, wherever you may have anything set up. If you've got a watch party going on, you got us up on the big screen. Be sure to snap off a picture and post it on social media. Join the conversation using hashtag Vidane TV and jump in the chat. Let us know who you're rooting for. We saw the top 3 of that last chance qualifier, some NEPS guys, a couple of New England guys. Zane Farrell won it. Corey Casagrande, he's going to in the race. Dylan Kopex, he's in the show. Let us know who you're pulling for, and we'll definitely try and interact with you throughout the evening here tonight on Facebook, on Twitch, on Twitter, and on Facebook. But Denver, Kevin, got a great race coming up here. 100 laps.
Match made in heaven.
It's my first day.
I'm looking at the Facebook chat, and we're seeing woohoo, good job, Zane and Corey from Valerie, Geary, Farrell, and certainly a handful of both people just strolling in to watch this. I think you've done a great job, Paul, advertising this, letting everybody know what was going to happen here, and a lot of people supporting this event as the grid getting set in Denver. It's feature time. I'm ready to go here.
I'm excited as well. We got 25 starters, I believe. It's going to be fun. We got top 7 advance. There's a lot of big names. There's a lot of talent. The depth of the talent in this field, it's deep, it's stacked. It's going to be fun. 100 laps. That's a long race. But for the guys at the back, 25 cars, you really can't waste too much time. But 7th place, ultimately the goal in this one. But we saw some good racing in those heat races, and it was nice and clean for the most part. And I expect we'll see a lot of that same for 100 laps.
You got a lot of laps to race here, but unfortunately it's going to go by quickly, so these drivers are just going to have to get up on the wheel from lap number 1. Conrad Murphy going to start from the pole. Caden Tufts in the 88 on the outside. John Peters was fast in his race. He starts 3rd. And Jason Ricker, your 4th heat race winner, is going to start from the 4th position in the 9. Nick Codner, John Fitzpatrick make up the next row. Adam Gilliland, keep an eye on him. He's going to be fast. He starts in 7th. Chris Roma in 8th. 9th is going to be Josh Parker. 10th, EJ O'Rourke. Justin Fuller, Ryan Walsh, Keith McClellan, Mike Rhino, Evan Ballou, Mitch Montgomery, Josh Morrison. They make up your field as we go green here. And lap 1, it's going to be Murphy to the inside, still side by side. Caden Tufts to the outside, still trying to do it. And it's going to be, looks like Murphy taking over, and he's going to get the early lead here.
It appears the caution has come in. Oh, we got someone spinning. That's Zane Farrell, our last chance winner. Gets turned around under caution. I don't know exactly what caused that caution. It appeared to be towards the back of the field, but a great restart or great initial start, I should say, for Conrad Murphy and Caden Tufts. We saw some side-by-side hard charging up through the field. So we're going to get a look to see what exactly brought out this caution towards the back of the pack. They stacked up quite a bit by the looks of it. But that'll happen on the initial start.
Maybe the
on
26
short track racing.
had a little trouble there.
Yeah, perhaps that's who it was. We'll get a better look here.
We'll go to Paul for the replay here, and Paul will tell us.
Yeah,
he's all knowing. He's on there.
I don't know about all knowing, but it's definitely feeding time. Kick-Ass Beef Jerky instant replay. We're going to focus in on the 26 car, see exactly what went down. We didn't get a chance to kind of preview this here a little bit, but see the 26 is down low. Comes off the corner pretty good, and it looks like, the 19 car. That is the culprit there. So we're going to back that up just a little bit. We're going to see if we can't find the 19 car. It's going to be Ryan Walsh, that orange machine. Back it up just a little bit here so we can get the full story. It definitely looks like he may have. There it is. Mike Ryan with the 34 gets into the back of him. Locks up the binders, but unfortunately right in the middle of the racing groove. So he gets in contact with a couple of drivers there, and unfortunately Zane doesn't get going around there. So not a big hit, but these guys are all able to grab a gear and get on moving. So that's good news for sure. And these guys know that they've got 100 laps. There's only 25 cars. Well, I say only. There's 25 cars in this lead lap, or in this race in particular. And that's going to be the 5 finishers. And it looks like we're already going green.
Yeah, Caden Tufts, he was able to jump and grab that lead from the outside. He's got a good car length lead over Conrad Murphy. 3rd is John Peters. It's side by side for the 4th position. Give that position to the 54 of Nick Codner.
Oh, big trouble
down
down
the
the
under
front
green
stretch.
right one more time, or under yellow one more time.
I didn't see exactly which car that was, but it was right around the top 5, and he just went spinning right hard into the inside wall heading into turn number 1. A tough break. Not sure which car it was. We're about to find out for sure.
Yeah, it looks like the 9 got into the outside wall on the front straightaway and then came across and collected the 56 of Adam Gilliland. Let's see if Paul can find that, but that is what I'm seeing when I saw 2 black cars come together on that front straightaway, and I'm thinking that's the 2 cars involved. That's where they were generally running.
Yeah, we're pulling up the replay now, and it looks like the 9 hits the wall, and like you said, hits the 56, sends him on down. So he is able to get it going again, doesn't collect anybody else, so that's definitely good news there. Basically just kind of spun him around. Big hard hit for Adam Gill and the old Giller there in the number 56. He's going to be restarting. Looks like he came down pit road to get a little bit of attention done to that car, and it looks like the 9 actually got sent back to the end of the field for causing that incident there. But lights are still on the pace truck, and we can see everybody lining up. Caden Tufts right now, your leader, and we do want to give a shout out to the NEP guys, and again, all the NEP fans that are on the Facebook chat. Matt Kentfield, he actually made notice that he's already called tonight Team NEP to win the race, the fight, and the party. So big words there from the NEP crew.
Yeah, that's half the fun, is coming in here and trying to root for somebody and see how they're going to make out. I can imagine that the complexion of this race is going to change considerably. Conrad Murphy looking to see if he can settle the score from that last restart, but he's not going to be able to do that. It's Caden Tufts jumping out front on this restart. He heads to the backstretch with Murphy in tow. Peters running in 3rd, and a little bit cleaner of a restart. I'm going to knock on wood as they're side by side for 4th. Side by side for 6. and hopefully the field will just settle in here, see if they can get themselves some laps.
As John Peters, he's about to get a challenge from the 18 of Josh Parker. Tufts is out into the lead. They're running first, second, third, fourth, fifth. They're single file. They're going to try to battle it. Maybe just sit and bide their time for a little bit, log some laps. Tufts comes off a 40 on the front stretch, your leader. And Peters looking all over the bumper of Murphy. Murphy's about to get a big challenge for that second position. Peters looking to the inside. Is he going to be able to make it? Just not quite enough yet. He's got Josh Parker. They want to go. They got to make something happen. They come down the front stretch, heading into turn number 1.
So a great scuffle back there for that 9th and 10th position. E.J. O'Rourke was to the outside. Chris Roma was on the inside. The two of them battled. O'Rourke got into the outside wall on the front straightaway, and eventually Roma was able to take that off. There's also a good charge over there for Justin Fuller in the 051. He's hunting the bottom underneath Nick Codner. Your top 4, nose to tail, have broken away a little bit from that 5th place position, as Justin Fuller is just wearing out the back end of Nick Codner's number 54.
Watching timing and scoring here. Dylan Kopech, Zane Farrell, they finished first and second in your last chance qualifier. They're on the move. They're just outside the top 10. We see a battle side by side up through the field. Seems like everybody's pretty content where they are right now. We're clicking on laps. We're about to hit lap number 20. And up front, it's all Caden Tufts. He got the launch on that second to last restart. Got ahead of Conrad Murphy, and he has not looked back since.
Yeah, Codner, we were talking about him a moment ago. He got past and then got stuck in that outside lane, and a couple cars got by him. He's going to drop back to that 8th position. Right now, running nose to tail from 1st back to about 10th position. You see a charge coming from E.J. O'Rourke as the yellow's going to come out, and they're going to have to pick up the pace track one more time.
Nice, clean racing so far. Lots of patience being shown throughout the field. Now, these drivers know there's a long ways to go to finish first. You first must finish. As hopefully we get a replay here to see exactly what the cause of that yellow was. I believe it was towards the back of the pack somewhere, but Paul can help us out, let us know exactly what went on there.
That's right, it's snack time over here, Kick-Ass Beef Jerky Instant Replay, and we're just kind of loading up the tapes, as it were, to see if we can find out exactly what went down, and it looks like the number 1 car may very well have been the culprit, and we're going to see if we can pull that up here on our end, and I may have just lied to myself, because I'm looking through, and I'm not seeing a 1 car.
7?
7, that's
7 car.
That'll be the 7 car. There's a couple of 7 cars.
I know, you're right. It was... It was the other 7 car.
The other 7 car.
Sure looks like 7 on the roof to me.
Let's see if we can pull it up. The 41 car. So we're going to back this up. And there's a little bit of a 360 action here. Here we go. In business now. We're cooking with bacon, grease, kick-ass beef jerky. Instant replay. Going to focus the 1 car. It's the 1 and the 7, it looks like. Gets a little bit of a shot from the 41 car. Sends him on a round. Nobody else involved. Little 2-car incident. That's why it took us so long to kind of pull it up. The administrators here at Tim's Corner Motorsports, they run manual caution, so they you can see the 7 getting into the back of that red and black car there too, but they think better of it. Quarter of the way through the race, and it's one of those deals where nobody hit really big, but these guys are going to have to restart towards the back of the pack as they were involved in that caution, Kevin.
Yeah, a couple cars on pit road getting some service. We see Kyle Boudreau. He's going to lose a lap, but he's now coming out with his Toyota, and he's going to pick up the back of the field. Also saw problems for Corey Casagrande in the 007. He's 1 lap down, so the two of them are going to have to fight for Lucky Dog as the field reassembles now and gets too wide for the restart.
Early on in this race, track position is proving to be very important. It's a tough battle digging your way through the field as the pace truck pulls off. Caden Tufts leads them to the green flag. Conrad Murphy in second. What a start for Josh Parker in the 18. He was 4th. He's looking to the inside of Murphy for second, and he is going to be looking to Caden Tufts once he completes this pass on Murphy as they come down the front stretch side by side. 1889. 18 is going to pull ahead as the caution flag comes out on the speedway.
Yeah, elbows up in the back. Mitchell Montgomery having a little bit of contact with the number 41 car. Goes around there in turn number 4, and that's going to result in caution number 4 on the evening. As I tell you what, the laps are ticking off. We're a quarter of the way through this, and nobody is going to take any prisoners at this point. These drivers just fighting for every inch of racetrack. And maybe the 121 could have had a little help in that.
That appeared to be the 4 of Dylan Kopech. Got into the back of the 121, kind of sent him up the track a little bit, and it kind of triggered that whole deal. Unfortunate for those guys, they were battling right around the top 10, and likely going to be going to the back. And, we're about to hit a third of the way through this race. This is not the time that you want to be going to the back of the pack.
Yeah, and we have to give kind of a perspective for anybody watching this. When you're in the sim racing world, you're driving these cars. When you stand on the gas, it has so much power that the car could just spin the wheels up off the corner. And then when you're driving into the corner, you only have so much grip on that right front tire and the right side tires, and the car is going to slide up. And ideally, you're trying to make the fastest lap time every single lap, and you're pushing the car to the edge. And when you're in and amongst other cars, and the car is a handful, it's harder than it looks. Believe me, just even if you were by yourself trying to run this racetrack and get a clean line, it's complicated. Now put 25 of your best friends out there and everybody fighting for real estate, and you get to see a little bit of what we're seeing. This is true short track racing in the sim. It's not that much different, although I think in the real world you don't want to tear that equipment up. But lights are out on the pace track, just about to kick it off one more time. Parker and Murphy are your top row. Parker gets a great jump. He's going to get out front. Murphy going to tuck back down underneath him, try and cover that second position. And Peters right there looking for any opening he can from third.
I don't know what happened to Caden Tufts. He was your leader, but now it's Josh Parker. He had that big charge in the last restart, and he is looking to set sail and pull away. Conrad Murphy in second, and the battle is for third position on the track. Justin Fuller and John Peters, the 51s, they're side by side, taking off a turn 4 down the front stretch.
Sparks up here are on the front straightaway as a couple cars banging the fence, everybody running as hard as they can. The hardest part is actually running in the middle of the track, as we see the 9 get tagged. He's going to spin sideways, and they're going to stack him up over there in turn number 4, and we'll go under yellow one more time.
And there's the caution flag. The 9 car, that is Jason Ricker, I believe. A tough break for him as he draws the caution flag. We'll get a replay up right in front of the whole field. That was a big stack up by the looks of it. And Paul will guide us through what went on here.
Yeah, a couple of guys going to the same real estate. You see the 19 get into the corner panel, the 9 right in that racing groove, so the 41's involved, the 70 involved. Not a major hit, but man, it's tough. You're going to end up jacking up your track position there. You see the 9 car grabs the gear, and he's able to get going in front of the leader there, Josh Parker, the number 18 Monster Machine. So does a good job holding on to that car and staying on the lead lap there, Kevin.
Yes, we see him zip around the pace track. He's going to have to go in, maybe get a little fender banged out, but he'll be back into the battle just from a different vantage point as he runs around the back. If I'm one of these drivers, I'm hoping to be right about where Josh Parker is. I want clean entry into turn 1, and I want to try and run away from the aggression out in the back. Conrad Murphy, he's stalking out in the back, and I tell you what, I think we need to keep an eye, Denver, on that third place car, Peters.
Let's see if we can do something a little bit different. We don't do this as much as we usually should on Vidane TV, but we're going to see if we can get some boost to car communication on that P3 driver, the NEP defending champ. I believe he's leading the points this season, too. Josh Peters, 51. You got a copy, brother?
I got you guys.
Awesome, man. Hey, we see you running third right now. Great race so far. You're doing a fantastic job holding on to the top 5 position. Have you got anything for the 18 and the 89?
Yeah, I think I've got a pretty good piece. I just can't quite figure out the restarts right now. I'm just losing some ground there, but once we get in a green flag run here, I think I can do it. We'll see.
Good deal. We look forward to seeing what you can do here. Hopefully we'll talk to you in the top 3 later on.
All right, thanks guys. Have fun.
Josh Peters in the 3rd position. These guys are lining up 2 by 2. Lights are off on the pace truck, Kevin. Let's go. Time to go green.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, that's kind of cool. What other place could you be that you're talking to the drivers? He's riding around here under caution trying to figure out how to get this victory here tonight, and we'll keep an eye on his progress. Justin Fuller on the outside having a good run in the 51. He's going to run up and bang into the back bumper of Murphy as they get the restart. Murphy cuts down the racetrack. They're side by side. And Peters, he did get a good restart. He's going to hunt there for the second place. They're side by side as they come off of turn number 4.
Peters to the inside. Here they go into turns 1 and 2. Murphy's on the outside. He wants to get back to the bottom. He is on the verge of being freight trained as they go round 3 and 4. Josh Parker is your leader. Murphy about to fall back to 4th. He's going to fall back to 5th. He's going to keep dropping back as he goes down the backstretch. He gets down to the inside lane. He's going to hopefully just sit there and ride in the 4th position. Now John Peters is going to look to go to work on your leader, Josh Parker. What does he have for him now? He's looking like a little bit of a green flag run. He said the restarts were his struggle. Can he make something happen? You're on board with him as they come off of turn number 4.
45 of 100 laps in the books. It continues to be a brawl pretty much in the middle of the pack. We saw one car get shuffled sideways, went down to the inside, but able to keep the car straight. And now they're kind of single filed out, and we'll see whether or not we can get a green flag run here. I'm looking at the 056 of Adam Gilliland. Remember, he had his troubles earlier tonight, and that car running in the 10th position, the right rear quarter panel is just completely caved in, but the car seems to be running well up off the corner, and he's looking to see if he can get any traction to get past Matthew Parkhouse, as these drivers have settled in finally to a single file run. Now what they have to do is just concentrate on the car in front of them, see if the opportunity opens, and strike when any chance comes to get the car in front of you.
Parker, your leader, Peters in second, but right now, the fastest of the top 3 is Justin Fuller. He's in 3rd place. He is closing in. We got a 3-way battle for the lead brewing. The 18th and the 251 cars into turn 3 and 4. We're about to hit halfway to go in this race, and it's Josh Parker over John Peters, Justin Fuller. Your transfer spots: Conrad Murphy 4th, Keith McClellan 5th, John Fitzpatrick 6th, and Nick Codner is in 7th, with Chris Roma and Matthew Barkhouse just outside looking in.
Yeah, and we should follow up with that is the 7 drivers who finish in the top 7, the race within a race, get to run the main event later this week. And all these drivers know that if they can't get the win, that's the next best thing, because it's going to be just a difficult time with all the talent we have here to get yourself into that main event, the final main event of the week. But right now, everybody's kind of settled in. It's Josh Parker leading the way. He's been clicking off some consistent fast laps. Peters looks to be content to hunt right there from that 2nd position.
Conrad Murphy is starting to close in on the battle up front, as is Keith McClellan in the 30 car. The whole top 5, they're running nose to tail. They are just biding their time. They know they're in a transfer spot. There's no need to get out of shape here and try to, potentially screw yourself up. As it looks like we have a car looking to the inside up front, but there's nothing there. Justin Fuller, he's getting racy in that 3rd spot. He's been fast. He's just behind these 2, though. Josh Parker continues to lead. How long can he hang on for it? John Peters and Justin Fuller, they want to get to that lead. As here's the top 6, they're bumper to bumper.
Yeah, and this is pretty common when you see different leagues come together. Drivers run specific numbers. That's their number. And then they come and you see 251s. The first one is Peters. The second one, the 051, even though there's no 0 on the car, is Fuller, as we see the 9 sitting sideways. The leader goes up and around them, but that's going to put us under caution here at lap 58.
The 9 car not having a great night. I believe he was one of our heat race winners earlier, possibly. That's his 2nd yellow, I believe. Tough break for him. Up front, though, what a battle we're seeing. Josh, John, and Justin, all the J's. That's getting a little confusing as we're about to get a replay up here of exactly what happened. It was towards the back of the pack. A tough break for the 9 car nonetheless.
Yeah, taking a look at the Kick-Ass Beef Jerky instant replay. We actually backed it up a little bit too far, but we'll take a quick peek, see what's going on in the Jason Rick machine. He started 4th, and you can see he just follows the car in front of him into the outside wall, bounces on the outside, and slams out on the inside, and looks like he starts to back into the racing groove, but thinks better of it. Avoided any other contact with any other cars, but still definitely a good call on the administration team there, calling that caution, making sure that nobody else gets involved in that. So tough break for Jason Ricker. It's going to put him back in 23rd position. Doesn't look like he's going to be it looks like he's going to be racing Thursday night in the last chance qualifier. But man, like you were just saying, Denver, great race up front. Josh Parker still leading John Peters rather in the second position from the NEP League, and Justin Fuller in the third place position. And that's three different drivers that are very well known from three very different locations.
I saw Justin Fuller a moment ago head like he was going to go to pit road, then pulled back up on the racetrack. One thing we haven't talked about is the opportunity to go get fresh tires. Doesn't look like anybody's looking that direction in this 100-lapper. Presumably they can run the entire distance on fuel and tires, but so far, maybe some of those guys out in the back would take that risk, but I wouldn't give up track position.
No, for sure. Track position has been huge all night. We've seen it. Whoever's been up front has typically been able to get out to the lead. Working your way through the field has been a challenge tonight as we're getting ready to go back green flag. Parker and Peters on the front row. Parker, a big launch. He's going to get the jump heading into turn number 1. Fuller tried to look to the inside of Peters. He is going to look to the inside as they head into turn number 3. The 51s, they're side by side, coming off board, coming down the front stretch. That time at the line, it looked to be Fuller. He's going to try to nose ahead. Peters not giving up on that inside groove, though.
Yeah, Peters having stuff on the outside. Fuller, though, is inching ahead every lap. Peters tried to come down and cover that position, but unfortunately Fuller got his nose in there. Now Peter is fighting for his destiny to see if he can get it. I think right now he's just going to kind of ease out. He lost the opportunity. The 89 shoved his nose in there, but now he's going to be able to get down there. Murphy's going to come in. He's going to hang tough to the outside. I guess he's looking in that mirror. He's got to be skittish to say whether or not he can get down there and not get tagged by Murphy. Fowler, it kind of gets outweighed here as keeping the car heading in the right direction, but they're still side by second for third. Side by side for third and fourth. As Peters got tagged.
Looked like he tried to get clear himself. It was not there. Murphy's going to get the spot, and now Peters is going to drop back. He's going to have to deal with Keith McClellan in the 30. He's dropping back. Could he potentially lose a transfer spot? He is getting freight trained on that outside. Not good for the driver who was running second place just a few laps ago.
Yeah, there's still no gap. He sits up there on the outside. The next car trying to get underneath him is John Fitzpatrick. I think I would force the issue and come down and squeeze that 78, see if I can get a gap a little bit, and in fact, that's exactly what he just did, but he paid the price. He got tagged, he's going to go sideways, and he's going to save it. What an incredible run by Peters to just elbow up and take that position. That's going to cost Fitzpatrick, is now he's going to be in the carousel.
What a save by Peters. And now you get the 54 of Nick Codner. He's to the inside of Fitzpatrick, and Chris Roma is there. He sees the transfer spot to make it into the 300-lap main event this week, and he wants it. He's going to battle with Fitzpatrick for it. They're going to come almost together, and now Roma is going to take the spot, but he's got Matthew Barkhouse right there. Barkhouse now to the inside of Fitzpatrick looking for 8th, and then he, if he can get the spot, is going to try to chase down Roma.
You could just see how hard Barkhouse drove in. He slips up a little bit, but still maintaining incredible car control, and the bleeding. And I feel so bad for John Fitzpatrick. There just has not been a hole. If I were him, I'd just drive down a little bit, squeeze him, and see if I can get myself down. And now, finally, from 5th to 10th, he's going to be able to find the slot.
Looking at the timing and scoring, there it is on the screen. The battle for the lead is shaping up. Justin Fuller has been clicking off lap times almost a 10th faster than the leader, Josh Parker, as we're coming up on a lapped car. Parker and Fuller are going to battle it out. We're in the final 25 laps of this race. Fuller a little loose off the corner. That's going to allow Parker to gap just a little bit. Fuller has been the faster car lap after lap. Parker has been hanging on to lead for quite a little bit now, and they're going to battle it out. As the lap car falls in behind, it's Parker and Fuller, your top two.
Peters able to return the favor to Murphy. He got Murphy to the outside, and Murphy slips back to the 5th position. Peters comes back to 4th. He's on the charge, trying to put pressure on Keith McClellan as your top two. Justin Fuller. He's broken away, but still unable to reel in your leader, Josh Parker.
There's a wick turned up on Josh Parker. He saw that 51 coming and he knew he had to go. Final 20 laps of this race, it is go time. Parker, Fuller, they're still battling it out, but Parker's starting to gap just a little bit. We saw Fuller earlier close the gap. Now Parker's extending it. Keith McClellan, he's a little ways behind them. He's a little bit faster though. Is he going to be able to close in if these two keep battling? And at the rate we're going, are we going to see lap traffic potentially come into the play before we get to lap 100?
I'm watching about 12th through 17th. They're running nose to tail, beating and banging off each other, trying to get whatever they can. They know that 7th place position has got to be the place to get to. I see drivers like Adam Gilliland just doing whatever he can, elbows up, trying to get through. He's even banging against the wall. But up front, it continues to be Josh Parker leading in incredible pressure.
The caution is on the speedway in the final 20 laps. The caution is out, and you see the trouble there. That is going to draw the yellow, and that is going to bring the field back together, setting up a late race shootout for the win and the transfer spots into the main event. The replay is about to come up.
Your leaders, the 7 and the 41. The leaders came around and saw a track full of number 7.
Man, oh man, a kick-ass beef jerky instant replay with less than 20 laps to go here at Southern National. We're going to take a look at the 007, the 7CT of Corey Casagrande. Gets a little bit more than a little bit of help from the 41 car. Boots him on around, sends him around, holds onto the car. He is in the middle of the track, but he's kind of in between two racing grooves there. You can see most everybody gets by, no problem, no harm, no foul. Finally does grab a gear, almost hits those barrels, but does a good job grabbing a gear, getting that car spun back around, and he's going to be rejoining. He looks like he's already been a couple of laps down. Taking a look right now, timing and scoring. It looks like there's going to be 14 cars. Check that, 15 cars restarting on the lead lap with Brandon Lively getting your lucky dog.
So Parker and Fuller, they have been the top two for the last run pretty well. Who has saved what? Fuller's going to be on the outside. Parker has been the master of restarts in this 100-lap event. What does Fuller have up his sleeve? How about that 30 of Keith McClellan? We haven't talked much about him. He has worked his way into third. Could he have something to challenge those top two?
Yeah, Parker has just been so smooth. He's going to have to make a mistake, I think, for Fuller to be able to get to him. Now, Fuller, he spent most of his race battling with John Peters, but Peters is making a nice recovery. He's going to restart from that 4th position. I have to think, though, that the inside lane tends to have the advantage, and I'm sure Peters is not happy being stuck on outside row 2.
Well, Peters and Conrad Murphy. Murphy's going to start 5th right behind Peters. They've been having some hard, intense battles tonight. It's been a wicked show. But, you know Murphy's going to want to go in there and get another spot on this restart. As we're getting ready to go back green, it's going to be Parker and Fuller. It's time to settle it. Are we going to go green to the end? I doubt it, but it's going to be fun. Pace truck is about to pull into the pits.
In fact, that's what happens. Pace truck is behind pit wall, and it's a huge launch for the 18. He's going to jump out front. Fuller is going to try right in his tire tracks, and they break away, and it is Keith McClellan in that 3rd position. Peters, he's going to stay out there for a little while, but I bet he's going to tuck back in here quickly so he doesn't experience that again. And in fact, that's exactly what he does. And the top 4 head to the back straightaway.
It's Matthew Barkhouse on the outside. He wants that 7th spot from Chris Roma. They're battling for it. That is the transfer spot. 7th place is the last driver that's going to qualify. Barkhouse falling back a little bit. Roma holding his own on the inside. Barkhouse is going to have to reset and go back to work on the 83. Oh, he puts the bumper to him going into the corner, and that's going to allow the 34 of Mike Brino to take advantage.
Yeah, I had to see that coming. I was going to say that. Oh, there goes Murphy sideways right in front of all these guys. They're all going to stack up and go into the... Oh, what a terrible break for Murphy, but that's going to shuffle the top 7. Murphy's still being punted as they go around, and oh, look at what's going on here.
Throw them
Roma
sideways.
is
What is
How did he save that car? I have no idea. But you got to go up front and see what's going on. Mike Rhino, he's in the 6th position fighting to the outside of, where did he come from? EJ O'Rourke.
John Fitzpatrick, he's in the transfer spot. Like, as the caution comes out, wow, what a scramble we just saw. I'm still trying to collect and gather everything we just saw. That was total madness. That was unbelievable, and that has shuffled the deck as we get ready for one more shootout.
That is really the only way you can describe that is literally shuffling the deck. We're going to take a look at the, well, there's a couple of incidents that happened here because holy moly, these guys really racing hard. Definitely want to get into Friday night's main event here. We're going to pull up again the Kick-Ass Beef Jerky instant replay. Looking at it from the blimp, you see the 89 Conrad Murphy is out of shape. Chris Romo's up top. He bounces off the wall just a little bit. Dylan Kopech a little bit loose. Roma a little bit even looser. The 56 comes up into the 89. The Roma's up in the wall. He comes back down to the 56. The 56 seems to gather it back up. But then the 26 gets a bump from the 121 56. Conrad Murphy's around. And then the 26, he's going the wrong way. Your guess is as good as mine.
Wow.
I think Roma just said, I give up. Yeah. He is sitting over there on pit road. Maybe that car was damaged, so all kidding aside. But what a great run he's had tonight, and it's going to come to an end here as we're working lap 97. We're going to have some green white checker opportunities, and I can't imagine that these drivers are not going to just be wide open to get whatever they can here on this restart. Parker out front, Fuller in second. It is McClellan hanging tough in third. Peters again gets to restart from fourth. And from the back, it's going to be a melee. Boy, these guys at Denver, I just can't imagine what we just saw. We were confused because of all that was going on.
Absolutely. And you look at the drivers who need to get into the 7th spot or higher. 8th place, Mike Rhino. 9th place, Dylan Kopech. 10th place, Matthew Barkhouse. Those are some big names. Some of them were in a transfer spot just a few laps ago before the whole deck got shuffled deal. This is going to be wild. Green, white, checkered. There's nothing else that you can want out of a short track race than this. Final 2-lap shootout. Up front, Parker and Fuller are putting on a show. Pace car off, Parker gets the jump, and they are going off into turn number 1.
Parker out front, Fuller right to his outside. Fuller completely sideways up off the corner. He's going to have to sneak down there and take over that second position right behind him. McClellan is in third. Peters stuck to the outside. He needs to get to the bottom desperately, but he also does not want to get turned around. He's got the 54 of Nick Codner looking to the inside of him. They're side by side for that position as they bang coming up off the corner. Car stopped in front of them, and they're going to make contact with some of our top 5 crashing on the front straightaway here.
Wow, what a finish to this race. Josh Parker's your winner. He took the lead and never looked back, held up all challengers, but what a finish coming to the line. I don't even know where they finished after that. According to the monitor, we got John Peters in third, John Fitzpatrick fourth, Keith McClellan in fifth, EJ O'Rourke sixth, and Nick Codner seventh. They're going to transfer in to Friday night in the 300-lap main event. That is going to, wow, what a finish to the first night of qualifying. You see Mike Rhino, Matthew Barkhouse, and Dylan Kopech, they ran out your top 10, but for them it's just not enough. They're going to have to hope that Thursday night they can make something happen.
Yeah, I'm just wondering if I don't think there's any opportunity to restart this, but there was a conversation about whether this would be extended or not. But we know who won it. There's no doubt that Josh Parker was able to drive across, have a clean race. Justin Fuller followed him through. John Peters did get third, according to the count, but everybody else piled into those cars, crashed on the front straightaways. They came off fourth turn for the finish. And race officials are going to have to look and see what happened from about fourth on back.
Absolutely. There's no doubt that that could have impacted the final results. You know, they were 2 and 3 wide to begin with, coming off the final turn, trying to get those transfer spots. And then you have cars crashing in front, and that was just madness. An incredible finish. We saw them after they crossed the line. We had cars flying through the air. You know, you see the fireworks that were just going off, and we had fireworks both on and off the track. What a conclusion to this 100-lap event. He looked through the field. Conrad Murphy in 12th, tough break for him. He ran in the top 5 pretty well the whole race. And, Chris Roma was in a transfer spot at one point. Tough break for some of these guys that were, in position to potentially transfer. But that's what happens when you get a late race yellow in short track racing. It's all part of the game, and it's all part of the fun, and you have to be on your game at all times.
Yeah, and you almost have to go back to that replay, Paul, and see if you could pull that up and see the 51 go to the outside for that finish and how the track opened up. It was a Days of Thunder moment for him to be able to get. He almost won it from the outside, but there was a car directly in front of him as he was approaching the line. Yeah, so it's difficult to be speechless, but I'm going to turn over here and talk to Josh Parker. Well, Josh, I know I could stand here and say you won that race, and what a heads-up move off of turn 4 to dive to the bottom and get to the finish line first. Congratulations on the win here tonight.
Yeah, big shout out to my buddy Adam who spawned for me today. I didn't know they were wrecking. And then I look off 4. I felt like I had a nice gap on Justin going into 3, so I wasn't really worried about anything. And then off of 4, there's a friggin' damn junkyard. So yeah, definitely got lucky. I was afraid I was gonna get hit by one of those cars, but yeah.
Yeah, so we know that you finished second, and we presume the 051 or Fuller finished on the outside. I don't think you probably could have even seen him out of the window, but a tight race for you two all night long. I know the objective was top 7, but I know you also want to win, and great job holding those guys back. It was tough because you had different cars on your back bumper almost all night long.
Yeah, I felt like I was quick. It was kind of upsetting. I finished where I did in my heat. I really wanted to start on the pole. I got lucky and drew the first heat, so I want to win that and start on the pole. We were worried about when we were going to pit and take our tires, but then after the first 10 or 15 laps, we realized we weren't going to pit. So after that, it was just playing restart games and just keeping my track position.
Yeah, and again, just an incredible heads up. So you know what's at stake here. This race is going to be the preliminary to the big event later this weekend, and you got to be really pleased with yourself to be able to get out of here tonight, not only with a win, but a guaranteed lock in the main event later this week.
Yeah, I mean, I appreciate everything that Tim does. I've known Tim for a long time. So supporting him and running a cool event that he puts on like this is always a pleasure. Yeah, so knowing that you're locked in on Friday, I mean, obviously, as I said, I'm stoked.
Yeah, so congratulations. And as you look over here and you see there's a bit of a squabble going on over there. And I saw like the 30 of Keith McClellan, the track was blocked and somehow he made it through. The 51 of Peters slid around to the outside. And after that, I have no idea, Josh. So we don't even know who you'll be racing with towards the end, but I'm guessing we'll figure it out before we sign off.
Yeah, yeah, I don't. It was top 7, right? The only one I was really worried about was Justin. So that's the only one I know who finished behind me was Fuller. So yeah, I'll wait to see the results and see what happens, and if there's any penalties or whatnot. But yeah.
Well, job number 1 was get yourself into the main event, and job number 2 was at all possible see if you can get yourself to win. And you checked off both of them tonight. Let's see what happens on Friday for you. Congratulations on the win here tonight.
Thanks, Kim. I just want to thank you guys real quick for doing the broadcast. Tim putting this on, and then everyone at Joe Gibbs Racing, Joe Gibbs Gaming. Obviously, we have JJ's logo on the car. He passed away about a month ago. He's pretty much everything I do with the NASCAR Heat Pro League side, and get to thank Interstate Batteries, Toyota. It's a pretty sick looking Supra on this car that my buddy Adam painted up. So thank all those guys.
There you go, your winner tonight. 100 laps in the books, and it's Josh Parker taking the checkered. We'll turn it over to Denver, who's going to see if we can catch up with our second place finisher, Justin Fuller.
We're here. Justin Fuller, second place run tonight. Up front, early on, he had some challenges for Josh Parker. Just didn't quite have enough. What did you need to get by the 18?
Just more green flag racing, honestly. I mean, our speed was probably pretty much on par with each other, so it would have required to move him to beat him. So, other than that, the only other thing I could have done was to time the restarts better to get a jump on him. But other than that, I probably should have.
Take us back to that finish, a wild finish coming off turn 4, a bunch of cars all over the track. What did you see when you came off of turn 4?
But the way these corners are, they're so sharp and a lot of banking. It's like a blind spot, so you really can't see around the corner. I actually had to adjust my my driver height inside the car so that I could actually see somewhat around the corner tonight. And I came off turn 4, and there was a car dead sideways off the corner. I'm like, oh my god! The main objective tonight was obviously to get top 7 to put us into the main event on Friday. So I kind of slowed down a little bit, and that car magically just decided to pull forward. I thought he was going to clip Josh, and he didn't, obviously, which is a good thing. And we were able to just squeak through there to get second, so we get a good starting spot on Friday.
Speaking of Friday, that's where the focus now turns. What's it going to take? It's going to be a big 300-lap affair. You had a good run tonight. You had a fast car. Do you think you're going to be able to get that extra spot and take the win on Friday?
It's 300 laps. That's a long time. Anything can and will happen. I can guarantee you that. I'm not a huge fan of this racetrack to begin with, so I'm not a hot lapper here. But I can definitely do it on the long run. There's a lot of throttle control at this track, so if we can keep it out of the wall and keep it clean, we could definitely be there at the end to contend for it.
That is second place, Justin Fuller. Justin, congratulations on a great run today.
Thank you.
And now with third place, John Peters, is Paul.
Yeah, the champ is here. Third place finisher, John Peters, the reigning and defending NEP champion. I believe you're leading the points over there, too, right now. John, great run here tonight. You were strong all night long. Walk us through your race.
Hey, guys. Good to chat with you again. Yeah, pretty eventful race there. Had a good starting spot, and felt like I was just kind of riding there, letting the race play out in the beginning, and Josh made a couple good moves and got by navigating the restarts, and I felt myself behind him, and I felt like I was a little bit quicker, but we got a caution, and then I just couldn't get the restarts right. Kind of struggled there pretty much all night, and Justin did a good job getting underneath, and then I just kind of got freight trained on the outside and popped out of the way a couple times and was able to find my way back to third. I'll take it. We just needed that top 7 to race on Friday. Glad we could get that.
Absolutely, and that's, it's Monday night. You're already locked into the big show. We're just taking a look at the instant replay there of the finish, what got you into that third position. You're locked in Monday night. The big show's not until Friday, so you get a lot of time to practice. There's a lot of NEP guys that tried to qualify here tonight. There's a couple of guys that are qualifying tomorrow night, so what goes on the rest of the week? You get to practice for this big show on Friday?
Yeah, I'll probably do a long run or two and feel the car out and see what happens, and then I just got to work on those restarts and figure out what those guys are doing to get those good jumps. But if I can put it all together and then try to get pit strategy right, we should have a good shot for it on Friday.
Good deal. Well, hey, we catch you on the podium here at Vidane TV a whole lot, but we're going to ask you one more time, who gets it done for that number 51 machine?
Hey, I appreciate that. That's a big thing for us to get the word out, so I appreciate it. Thanks to you guys, Vidane, for doing this. Thanks to Tim Terry, Tim's Corner, sponsors of the race tonight and all weekend long. Thanks to the NEP guys for coming out and a pretty good showing for us. I got to thank my parents for watching. Shout out to my dad. Thanks to my girlfriend and my dog, my classic run down there. Shout out to everybody watching, Patty. And then thanks to Run to North America, Libby Septic, Turn 4 Automotive, Digby's Variety, and AMSOIL. Appreciate it.
And that's going to be third place tonight. John Peters, the NEP defending and reigning champion. He's leading the points over in that series, and you can catch them every single week here on Vidane TV as well. But, man, speaking of Tim's Corner Motorsports and Tim Terry, I believe Tim made it down to the production trailer. Tim, you here?
Yeah, we're just reviewing the finish of that one. As everybody knows, when you have a caution on the final lap of an iRacing race, the sim will not allow you to trigger the yellow flag. We had those two cars spin at a turn 4. We were on the microphone. Apparently, some didn't hear what happened. I kind of lost my head a little bit at the end of that, so I apologize to those drivers. I did, but we're going back. We're going to look at the tape. The top 7 are the top 7. They are the drivers that will transfer into the race coming up on Friday. Everybody else that made the feature will go to a last chance qualifier on Thursday if they can make it. I know some of the NEP guys can't make it on Thursday, so there might be a little bit of shifting back and forth. But thanks to those that came out. It seems like the problem that we had last year with a certain group. We kind of gave them the benefit of the doubt, and we're back at the same square one. So we've got some heads to put together and try to figure that out before we roll tomorrow. But we'll roll on tomorrow with the Highway 311 North River Market qualifying night, and hopefully we see some great racing. We did see some great racing when it was green, though. So congratulations to Josh Parker, Fuller, and the rest, and we'll see them on Friday. Everybody else, we'll see you on Thursday. This has been great.
Yeah, really good showing here. We'll take a quick look at the upcoming events, but really no need because we're here with Tim's Corner Motorsports every single night of the week. Tuesday and Wednesday going to be some qualifying races into the big show. Thursday night's going to be the last chance qualifier, and Friday night is the big show, the Tim's Corner Motorsports Super Late Model 300. And now we'll kick it down to, we'll do some final thoughts here, the round table, if you will. And Kevin, if you don't mind, I'm actually going to shoot it over to Denver for the last thoughts here. First iRacing event, from what I understand, Vidane Racing debut. You did great here tonight. Definitely done this a time or two from what it seems like. Man, what'd you think of the racing you saw here going on tonight?
Well, thanks for having me. And first of all, the racing tonight was just incredible. You saw a few yellows early on in the race. They got things straightened out. And then Josh Parker and Justin Fuller, and even John Peters was in the mix. They put on a great battle up front. The drivers just like to get in there and ride, but when it came down to the end, it was madness. And that was one of the craziest finishes I've ever seen. It was incredible. What a show. This is only night one. So the guys that are getting ready tomorrow night to get on the track, they're going to have a tough act to follow. But some great racing. Congratulations to Josh Parker on the win. That was well-deserved. He led 70-some laps. He got up there, and you couldn't get around him. Justin Fuller tried. What a great showing tonight.
Kevin, I'll ask you the same question. You and I have done this a time or two, and man, you're one of the godfathers of sim racing broadcasting. What do you think of tonight's action?
Yeah, I know the reputation of the Tim's Corner Motorsports crew, and I wasn't slated to be here tonight. I had another commitment, but I drove over here and made the parking lot on two wheels. And I'm a little discombobulated as far as the format, but I knew I wouldn't be disappointed. I know the talent and the depth of the crew that are racing here tonight. I love these short tracks, and yeah, you get a little caution fever here and there, but that's what you want to see, man. There's nothing better than a Saturday night racetrack put on full display, and these guys did not disappoint. This sim, meaning the late models, as far as I'm concerned, are the best cars in the game. And I just love me a late model race. I'll do it every night of the week.
Absolutely. And, well, luckily for you, Kevin, we get to do it every night of the week because we're doing that here with Tim's Corner Motorsports. So thank you guys so much out there in the internet land for inviting us into your homes here at Vidane TV. Again, we're all over Facebook, Tim's Corner Motorsports. Thank you so much to the NEP. The Shift Marketing and Designs series, they let us stream to their Facebook page, Vidane TV Facebook page, Vidane TV on YouTube, Vidane TV on Twitch, Vidane TV, Vidane Racing TV, check that on Twitch, Vidane TV on Twitter. Thank you guys so much. Join the hashtag, join the conversation, hashtag Vidane TV. If you had a viewing party, like I said, take a snapshot of the us on the big screen. We appreciate you inviting us into your homes here tonight. We're going to be back here tomorrow night, 8 p.m. Eastern, 9, what is it, Tim? 9 Atlantic? Same
time every night. So 9 Atlantic, 8 Eastern.
Same bat time, same bat channel. So
10-4.
We got a crew down here in the production trailer. We're gonna knock back a couple of wobbly pops, and we'll see you guys here, same bat time, same bat channel. Thanks so much for joining us here tonight. We'll catch you guys tomorrow night.
Racing action on Tim's Corner Motorsports is presented by Pache Motors, the largest Ram truck dealer in Atlantic Canada. Browse their inventory online at PacheMotors.com. Tranquility. Help for anxiety is only a click away. Learn more by visiting tranquility.app. Finish Line Vinyl Design, the official decal supplier of Tim's Corner Motorsports. Like them on Facebook at facebook.com/finishline vinyl design. And by CB Warren's Auto Care.